Hi, my name is Taylor Ellison. The Reed Group produced this video in order to better illustrate what we do to sell your property for more money in less time. According to Jay Reed, principal of the Reed Group, there are 3 things to determine whether a property will or will not sell. The first item is how your property is priced. Pricing is something that's controlled by the market. The value of a property is determined by what buyers are willing to pay. What we will do today is provide you with data that you can use to make the most educated decision about what buyers are willing to pay for your home today. The second thing that determines if a property will or will not sell is how it shows. Are there knickknacks on the shelf? Is the house impeccably clean? Is there anything that needs repair? Today, it's just as important that a property shows online as well as it shows in person.
Nowadays, buyers send us the list of properties they want to see, and they are disregarding homes that might have been candidates simply based on the number of photographs, the quality of the photographs, and whether the agent used a virtual tour or video tour, or how the house is marketed online.
One interesting thing is that our MLS allows for a great number of photos. As a buyer, if you saw less than the maximum number of photos, you might think something was wrong with the property, or that the agent didn't know what they were doing. This is critically important since the research shows that a property with 6 or more photos gets 366% more views than a property with less than 6. Getting hundreds more views can help your house sell faster. But just taking photos won't do any good unless a house is properly staged. That's why the Reed Group offers a complimentary 2-hour staging consultation. We will send in a professional who will walk through your home room by room to maximize space and address aesthetic issues. The third thing that will determine if a property will or will not sell is how it's marketed. And that's something the Reed Group can control. The National Association of Realtors does this study called the Profile of Buyers and Sellers.
The data shows that more than 1/3 of all sales last year came from real estate agents telling other agents to come and see your house with their buyers. Keller Williams Realty is now the largest real estate agent in North America and growing at the fastest rate. If people are coming in from out of state, they're most likely contacting a Keller Williams agent before making their first step. The marketing we do to agents sell our listings before they even hit the MLS.
What's more, the sales office where you will find the Reed Group is the highest producing Keller Williams sales office in the area, with over 200 agents and continuing to grow year after year.
We send electronic flyers to these agents to help ensure that your house is at the top of the list of houses the buyer is going to see with their agent. The average agent will probably do this once. We do this continuously until the house sells.
The Reed Group then targets the top 20% of agents in the area because it's the top 20% that sell 80% of the houses. We identify those agents and make sure those agents have information about your property, including the virtual tour, the most accurate pricing, photographs, features, and all the benefits of living in your area. And we will do that continuously, from the day we list until the time we get your house sold. The Reed Group goes one step further. We identify all the properties in your specific market that are comparable in price, condition, and location. We reach out to the agents who are marketing those for sale. Whether the houses are active today, pending, recently sold, expired, withdrawn, or off the market for any reason, and we ask for a copy of the showing reports. Our goal is to identify buyers' agents who have shown their buyers their houses. That identifies the group of the most qualified buyers looking in your neighborhood. We've had our greatest success using this strategy with agents who represented expired or sold listings, since that house is off the market anyway. It's just one more tool that sets us apart from the competition.
We'll talk about your house at our local sales meetings, which are attended by our agents, including the top 20% of the agents in our area. And since Keller Williams Success Realty represents the largest group of agents in your area, you'll get more exposure than other companies offer. Keller Williams also has its own multiple listing service, which feeds over 900 sites that the MRED does not. This will give you more exposure than any other company.
Keller Williams Success Realty has hired a service, Showing Time. Showing Time just arranges showings for your home. All agents are screened and you're contacted how you prefer to be. Once an agent accesses the lockbox to show your house, we are immediately notified by email or phone call who the agent was and when the showing took place. That email or phone call goes to you as well. So even if an agent didn't leave their card, you'd still know about the showing instantly.
We call the buyer's agent and ask a series of questions designed to engage and convert the buyer into a sale. Is your client interested in the home? Would they like to make an offer? If they're not interested, what can we do to make them interested and change that situation?
The responses to these questions form the basis of our research, and it tells us how to shift our marketing if necessary. Was it just a taste issue? Was it a pricing issue? We'll work to identify what these issues are so you can work with the Reed Group to make any of the changes needed. Before we move to other ways the Reed Group markets your property, it's useful to look quickly at one thing the Reed Group does not do, and that's print advertising. It's here that many agents spend 90% of their budget, but it only accounts for about 3% of sales. It's no wonder that many agents average less than 5 transactions a year. Today's buyer has shifted their search to online resources, so it's here that the Reed Group puts significant emphasis.
37% of buyers found the actual house that they purchased on the internet. That's a big number, so we target our marketing for maximum exposure.
Your property will be featured not only on Keller Williams websites, but on other brokerage sites as well, like RE/MAX, Century 21, Coldwell Banker, Realty Executives, and many more. We make sure that your property is showcased across all brokerages. The Reed Group also advertises on national portals like Trulia, Zillow, Realtor.com, Realestate.com, Housefinder.com, and a whole lot more. The fact is that a lot of real estate agents, as well as millions and millions of real estate consumers, use these sites every month. When you go to one of these websites and search for real estate, there's usually something like 27 pages of properties, with about 25 properties on each page. The odds that a buyer will go to page 2, let alone page 27, is pretty much slim to none. So the role of the technology coordinator is to make sure your property gets maximum exposure every time. The Reed Group spends advertising dollars each month to make sure that your listing is displayed prominently on sites like Zillow and Realtor.com. Our research shows that we can get up to 10 times the exposure on these sites by paying for a listing to be posted.
If a listing agent does not partner with listing sites like Zillow, their contact information does not appear with the listing. Instead, you'll see 4 other agents who have all paid to be next to that listing. So if a buyer wants more information on your home, they have all these agents to choose from, and with thousands of homes on the market at any given time, chances are none of these agents have been inside of the house. They just want to make a sale. So if there's a buyer lead on your house, their goal is to show as many buyers, as many homes as possible, and that increases their chance of making a sale. What we do is we pay extra money to be on Realtor.com and Zillow, and when those buyers want more information, we contact them directly, and it gives us a 99% better chance of selling your home than other agents.
The third online resource the Reed Group leverages is the classified services. This would be sites like Craigslist, Oodle, Kijiji, Backpage, and so on. We have a marketing plan in place that allows us to get the most number of leads and the most number of views for your property. Fourth, we ensure the listing is featured prominently on search engines like Google, Yahoo, Bing, MSN, and so on. We're enrolled in a program that charges us for each time someone clicks our advertisement in the area. So when consumers type in things like Chicago for sale, the Reed Group makes sure that our advertising gets the most amount of exposure for your property. Next, the Reed Group emphasizes organic search results. These are all the non-paid websites that show up when you search. And the 500-pound gorilla of search engines is, of course, Google. We know how Google categorizes search terms, and we make sure we adjust and refine our terms and tactics constantly. There are very few agents who understand how this works, but it's something that the Reed Group specializes in.
Social media is one of the newest evolutions of real estate. When we say social media, we mean sites like Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube, and so on. We use social media to showcase your property. Facebook ads, profiles, Facebook pages. We tweet, we blog, we even make videos about your property.
A website is like a billboard, and most agents' websites are like a billboard in the middle of the desert, with only a few people looking at them at any one time. Our goal with your property is to make sure it's featured in the Times Square of billboards. The main difference between our website and other agents is not the quality of the website, but the amount of traffic that's being driven to it.
We are capturing hundreds and hundreds of leads every single month. So in our database, we have thousands of buyer leads. We can type in your address and pull up all the people that specifically clicked and viewed your house. Or we can look at houses around you, who have been also looking at those homes as well.
The National Association of Realtors found that nearly 15% of all sales last year came from signs, flyers, and on-site promotions. So the Reed Group makes sure that we maximize the impact of signs and flyers on each one of our listed properties. The Reed Group has signs that say, text the word value to this number, and they get the information and call them right back. According to InsideSales.com, they'll be 75% more likely to get an appointment with the contact if they speak to them while they're still in the neighborhood.
So we capture their phone number. That way, if we do an open house, a price change, or any other incentives, we can call everybody back that has ever wanted to see the inside of your home and give them that updated information.
The Inside Sales team handles all the buyer leads interested in your property. They make sure to call those leads within 5 minutes of registering. With all the ways that we work to get your house sold, your next step is the pricing of the house and signing the paperwork to get things moving today.